I usually make sweet baked goods, but baking isn't always about sugar. It can be savory, flavorful, and absolutely delicious. One of my favorite cuisines is Indian, but there's one popular appetizer I usually have to skip. But today, I'm sharing a recipe that changes everything. Let's get baking. Savory, flavor-packed baked samosas with a delicious filling inside an easy-to-make dough that's, of course, vegan and gluten-free. Making the dough is fairly easy and does not have a lot of ingredients, so let's get started. We've got 1 cup of all-purpose gluten-free flour. Next, we're adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And we need 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum that's gonna help bind everything together. And finally, some water, but we're gonna add a little at a time. Ultimately, we're gonna have 1 1/3 cup of water. So let's just start with our 1 cup. I'm just gonna add half of that. And let's get a little bit of salt in, just a few sprinkles. Now with a wooden spoon, I'm just gonna start blending this together. Add a little more water at a time. So as you can see, there's a good reason why I don't add all of this water in. It all depends on temperature, what's going on in your house, the weather, what your flour is like. So even though ultimately you may need 1 1/3 cup of water, I'm probably not even gonna get close to that because my flour is looking pretty wet already, which is maybe just a half a cup. Is perfect. So now we're just going to cover this with a towel and let that set for about 30 minutes. And this is a perfect time to get our filling together. To make your filling, you're gonna get a pound of russet potatoes. Peel and dice those and boil until soft. I sauteed them with diced onion, about half of an onion, 2 garlic cloves minced, 1 teaspoon of minced or grated ginger, then add some spices. You can get creative with the spice, but I've added some cumin powder, garam masala, turmeric, coriander powder, a dash of curry powder, and pepper and salt. And lastly, you're gonna wanna add 2/3 cup of frozen green peas. Once all your ingredients are in, you're gonna saute that for about 5 minutes. All right, we're gonna check on the dough now. It's been 30 minutes. It's good, it's just a little sticky still. We're not gonna be able to work too much with this without getting some more flour in there. So I'm gonna flour my surface liberally. Let's just get our dough right on there. Feels good though. Let's just get that. We wanna make it so that we're able to get it into our shape. So add as much flour as you need if yours ends up being this wet too, so that it's pliable. It's getting there. Let me add some more. So now I'm just getting it, making sure it's combined into one cohesive piece of dough. It's okay to still get some flour around the sides. So there's quite a few techniques you can do to make your samosas. I'm not the best at necessarily making dumplings or samosas, pastries, you know, but I found an easy method. And for me, it's the circular one, the half circle one. So what I'm gonna do is just take a portion of the dough into a ball. I'm just gonna make a couple of those around the size to fit in your palm of your hand. I guess that's about 4. The last one's a little bit bigger, but 4 big rounds. We're gonna just get a rolling pin and we'll roll out our circle. Just like 1/2 inch thick. And just do your best to keep it into a circular shape as you're rolling it. So I think that's pretty good if you can see the thickness there. Now we're gonna cut these into half circles. So you can just use a butter knife if you don't have a pastry cutter. We're just gonna get half circles here. This is gonna be a big one. So let's get our filling and let's attempt to form these samosas. So I have a little container here of water so I can dip my hands in to help pinch the dough as we go along to make sure it's sealed. Because I have made these before and sometimes it pops out. So we're gonna add a little bit of our delicious filling right in the center. Not too much, but you do want a nice amount. Maybe squeeze it in like a little circle. So first you're gonna pick up the sides. And you're just gonna bring them together like that. You can take a little moisture here and just pinch. And it's gonna make that little triangle here right at the top. Using that water to help seal it. You can squish it down if you'd like. And then once you have that little triangular, almost ice cream cone looking shape, you can push your stuffing in a little bit more. And let's seal the rest. Pull up your sides. So I have some odd shapes, but we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 really good looking samosas. As you can see, I have a lot of filling left. So if you want to make more, you can double your dough recipe, or honestly, you could just eat this as is, as a snack, or as a side to a sandwich. So before we get these in the oven, one final touch, I just want to add a little of the plant milk just on top. I'm going to brush it just to give it a little shine as it's cooking and take off some of that excess flour that we had to use. And I'm hoping that these stay put together. It might open up a little bit in some spots, but that's okay. Okay, these are ready to go into the oven at 400 for about 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown. These are out of the oven, and as you can see, just like I suspected, a lot of them opened. But, I mean, the crust looks like it cooked really well. Got nice and crispy on the outside. It's not fried, so, you know, it's not gonna have that complete flakiness that we would normally get in a fried samosa, but this is crispy on the outside. Let's see how soft it is on the inside. Cut right down that middle. Smells so good. Well, let's get a good look at that. Looks good. Dough's cooked all the way through. Potatoes and the filling smell amazing. It's still hot, but I'm gonna take a bite. That's pretty good. What I like about this for a gluten-free dough, it's not falling apart. It's got that good chew. It's keeping together really well. And it's, like I said, it's got that crispiness on the outside. I think it's pretty successful. Other than it opening up, maybe fold over the tips a little more than I did, but I think it still tastes amazing. Easy, vegan, and gluten-free samosas made at home. And even if they pop open, they're gonna taste great. Until next time, see ya.